Hey, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper, and today I have a really neat uh, junk journal to show you. It comes inside of this beautiful vintage tin here. It's 75 years old. It's from England, from the Peak Cream Cookie Company. So this would have been a beautiful box filled with Peak Cream cookies, and it fits this junk journal perfect. So when you buy one, you get both. And that'll be in my Etsy shop momentarily. So here is the beautiful little book that was published in 1910. I added my vintage beads down the side to match this beautiful cover and this beautiful gold floret here with the red outline. So I've added gold, red, and green beads there to match. I love it. And I did round the corners so it fit nicely into the tin, and I really like how that works. So I rounded all the corners. And I kept in the original first pages with the publication dates. This fantastic piece from the 50s here, a full huge magazine page there, really cool stuff on there. And another 1950s country music teen book page. And this is a 1903 Beatrix Potter, Miss Moffat book page, and a vintage ledger sheet from the Beacon Lodge. And this is a 1936 Paris, France Almanac page, double-sided. And a 1940s Black Beauty up there, and then a 1950s yearbook page from a university. And this is a really cool piece. It's a full card of dress fasteners from the 20s from the Beaver Dress Fastener Company. That's a mouthful. We got a little bunny here from the 20s, this sweet little image here, the little girl on the fence, and she's got all the goats here looking in her picnic basket. It's really sweet. And then a 1940s home decor page, which is, honest to God, so kitschy and cool. And then I've got a really neat little botanical booklet here, a 1930s journaling card here, and a 1915 page here with some spring fashions. This beautiful antique music sheet here. That's quite old there. I have lots of little nooks and crannies all through this one. Beautiful 1800s book page here. Look at these beautiful images. And then this is from my vintage Raggedy Ann book, and you can journal on the back of there. It's quite a sweet image. Teeny tiny corner pocket here, 1930s students school book page here. And this is from the 1890s. Beautiful page here. I love it. Beautiful poem there. This is from a vintage campfire songs book. Remember this one, Frere Jacques? I do. And there is that flip side of that 1890s page. And this is a great 1950s magazine page on aprons. I've had quite a few apron pages. They're really fun. And then this here is a 1920s book page, full color with journaling paper on the back as well. Another piece here. This here is a little card that I made. So everything on here is antique except the base. I needed a nice strong base. And then you can see the original staples in this interior spine. And I pulled this. Isn't that cool? April 4th, 1891. I really like it. So you can use that as a card or a journaling card and keep it inside the journal. Isn't that neat? And then here's one of Stacy's Maple Grove Dairy receipts and a handwritten research card there that you could journal on the back of, and it's really interesting. This is from the 1800s as well. It obviously was not in good enough shape to turn into a junk journal, but it makes a great insert. I added antique paper to the back, and I just think it's a really cool piece, and sweet little pocket down here from the 30s. And now look at this treasure here. I didn't attach it because I wanted the owner of the journal to be able to do whatever they wanted with this, but it's a handmade doily, and the work is exquisite. It's really well made. And so I just tucked it into the pocket here that I made out of this 1950s stamp collector's book page. Isn't that neat? Another really cool tips and tricks for the household page here from the 50s. And then this is from the 1920s, this wonderful photograph here of this boy with his bike, and that's tucked right into an original antique postcard album page. 1930s flinch card. This is neat. The front page of the Lone Ranger vintage book there. Spectacular colors. And then this is a vintage glossy envelope from a stamp collector. And then we've got international stamps in there, vintage and antique. Just a really cool piece of vintage crochet there. and an antique transit ticket there, and a 1950s receipt here, and a really cool vintage playing card there that you can upcycle. Lots of great ideas to upcycle those, and an 1885 piece from Germany. Oh, I'm trying to go so fast. Okay, and that brings us to this beautiful vintage bird page here, and another 1890s book page there. Look at this sweet little piece in this cluster here. Happiness, little boy holding his puppy. And here's a wonderful piece from a 1947 book on costumes through the ages. Isn't that beautiful? French Renaissance page there. And this is a vintage flashcard for math. And that pocket I made out of a 1950s magazine piece. And this is from the 20s. Look at this sweet, sweet little poems here that you will recognize. And I made this tag here out of a Paris, France map there. And then a nice piece from the 20s. This is from an 1890s watch guard dial that they would slip in each shift to clock their time. And I made this out of an interior. It was matted around a giant graduating class photo. So I used that. And oh yeah, this is really cool. This is a piece from the 1850s, and these are all different, an illustration which is meant to be comical on different witnesses. So I thought it was pretty cool. So neat for legal eagles, and then more vintage birds. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. You can find it in my Etsy shop. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know what you think of the journal in a can. Bye for now.